welcome everyone. Welcome to the sixth episode of Awareness Hour. And I'm Myra Khan from the Zeba Children Foundation, UK.
Hello everyone, this is Amna Yusuf from Save Our Children Foundation. I hope you're doing well. Today on our session, we have Rasikh Ismail, who will be discussing about the role of media in child protection. Thank you for joining us, Rasikh.
Thank
We're
you. Thank
supposed
you
to
guys for
have
having me.
No, it's our pleasure. We're supposed to have another guest as well, Zeba Bakhtiar, but she's facing some technical issues and she will join us in the middle. So hold out for that.
Also
That's
about the question.
fantastic. I think we should get started with the questions, and Zeba um, uh, will join us whenever she can. Right now everybody's having these issues with electricity and internet and all that, and we've gone online.
Yeah.
So might as well, while we are online and before the bijli goes, let's get on with our questions.
Yeah. So today, Rasikh Ismail is a multi-hyphenate entrepreneur and hospitality specialist whose singular activities include a roster of international assignments, inclusive of his long-standing association and ownership of Koel Cafe. Rasikh's speciality is to cultivate relationships and business models that espouse the ideals of experiential results that create higher standards for the industry. He has a cosmopolitan exposure and 32 years of experience.
Okay, thank you so much for that introduction. But in one line, I'm a dad, and that's how I describe myself. And sometimes I get messages saying, "Are you like a daddy?" And I'm like, "No, no, no, I'm a dad." So um, so basically, बाकी सब चीजें साथ साथ चलती रहती हैं. I'm a father of three. I do have a PR company which is called PH Solutions. I have a restaurant called Koel Cafe. I've had corporate experience for about 30 years, as you said. But one thing that has remained constant in my life is the love for children, and anything we can do to help and protect them. That has been one constant factor in my life, be it be for my own children or children of somebody else or street children. That is just something very close to my heart. So I'm very excited to be here on this platform today.
That's lovely, Rasikh.
It's great to have you here. So let's proceed with the questions then.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Rasikh, considering how the various forms of media spread and disseminate information faster than any other channel, then why do television channel owners not recognize this fact and develop a channel probably to cater child protection? For example, the Zainab Alert app. Is this not part of their social responsibility?
Okay, so हम लोगों को, there's one thing. It's a very interesting question that you asked. But as a habit, we put responsibility onto platforms to do things. And the fact is that we in our on our own are a platform, and we have a voice. And before we ask other people to do something, I think we as individuals in the society start doing something other than drawing room talk, जो हम लोगों का बहुत common है, is the first step. Television channels, they are like a shoe factory. It's a business. They are doing something for TRPs. They are doing something so that they can make money. And that's always going to be the main prerogative. Obviously, I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just saying I understand why they don't. So I don't even know if you guys can see me. Am I in the frame? Can you guys see me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So am I looking good? Vanity is important.
Yeah.
Okay. So no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So basically, I will not put the burden of doing something on television channels, but I think हमारे influencers, हमारे artists, they are all so powerful. We have people with millions key following. If we can just create an awareness, which I think Shayan Malik is doing right now with this platform, and there's so many other people who are doing things like that. If we start doing real things, then that will start having an impact to the point where they think it is a economically feasible model to talk about these things. Right now, if we just expect them, अभी आपको पता है TRP मिलती है कि न्यूज शो के ऊपर किसने किसको चांटा मार दिया, कौन कितना चीख रहा है. So that's all the channels are doing that. You know, so yeah, that's my answer to your question.
Thank you. So my next question to you is like,
But this is not fair. It's 2 against 1. I need to have Zeba here. Okay, sorry.
well,
Go
hopefully
ahead.
she'll be here soon.
Yes.
Inshallah, inshallah.
Given that the media plays an important role in practice, policy, and public perception of child abuse, and that Pakistan has a population of 75% youth, shouldn't the government intervene to ensure that the media is educating the public about the importance of child abuse prevention?
110%. And I think certain, and I will be the devil's advocate right now. And I'm not saying that enough is done. But I think Pemra, if you remember that play, it was called Ehsan Khan Ka Udari. Udari. It was all about child abuse. It was all about child abuse. It was a very gritty, real, situational play where a stepdad tries to molest his child, his daughter, right? So उस तरह का हुआ, it was a huge hit and all that. Pemra did allow that because जो हमारी यहाँ पे body है जो allow करती है वो है. Absolutely, you are right. It should be done more. We should not be talking about a play that took place 4 years back or whatever, X amount back. It should be a regular feature till the time we make it into a normal feel thing. Till that time, people will not talk about it. मैं आपको एक बहुत example दूँ. There was a time it was uncomfortable to talk about for women to talk about periods and pads. It was an uncomfortable topic. Why? It's a thing that happens to all our daughters, our mothers, any female. It was a taboo topic, कि इसकी बात नहीं कर सकते. But once we started talking about it, it became a norm. फिर तो टीवी पे ads भी आने शुरू हो गए. Schoolgirls and all that, and so I think the first step would be that we start talking about child abuse, child protection, importance of it, all of that, so that it becomes an easy topic. वो तो हम बहुत दूर हैं यार उस स्टेट से जहां बच्चे जो अब्यूज हो रहे हैं और नीड प्रोटेक्शन कैन स्पीक अप. अभी हम बहुत दूर हैं. अभी तो हम लोगों को सोसाइटी को इंसुलेट करना है और उनको थोड़ा सा बताना है कि this is a reality in our society. As you said, we have a huge bulge of youth in our society. And that means that a lot of people are at risk. And why aren't we talking to them that, what to do? जैसे हम अपने घर में, कुछ घरों में, good touch, bad touch, this, that, protection. It's not just sexual abuse that we are talking about. We are talking about child protection in general. But we need to start talking about it. And as I said, media ke andar, they will do it when they think they can make money off it. I think Zeba is about to join in.
Hello, Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum, Zeba.
Assalamualaikum. I apologize for the delay. I was feeling a little down. I just went to see the doctor next door.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Excuse me while I'm walking back. But
cute.
It's no
Zeba,
problem.
you are the bestest. Achha, so we'll give Zeba a couple of minutes to walk back. Once she's there, she'll.
I'm listening. I want to listen to you.
I think I'll introduce Ms. Zeba till then.
Please.
Yeah, go ahead with that. Yeah.
All right, everyone, we have Ms. Zeba Bakhtiar with us in this session. So Ms. Zeba Bakhtiar is a renowned name all over Pakistan, and she has had the honor of serving Pakistan as one of the country's leading entertainer, actor, director, and producer for the past 30 years. Zeba was selected in the Eisenhower Fellowship for South Asia program of 2012 to study possibilities of using media for social change and development. She's a strong activist for women and child rights and has participated in various projects for health and education, especially health education and awareness. She's also honorary president for Diya Women's Football Club and supports women empowerment and career development at every opportunity. Thank you, Ms. Zeba, for joining us today.
Pleasure.
I would add to that Zeba is one of those few influencers and few celebrities, few people that people are aware of who is not fame hungry. She's a solid person. I have met a very few people who are as solid as Zeba and her family. I'm a big fan of Zeba and Azan, and the way they are and the way they behave, the way they are. Zeba, we all love you. You are an awesome person to look up to, and we are looking forward to hearing from you today also.
Thank you so
Definitely, I
much.
completely agree.
Thank you so much, Rasik. You're too kind.
No, I'm
But
not. No.
one thing I'd like to add, I just believe in looking for the truth and what is actual value addition. I'm not
Absolutely.
I'm not into the
Fluff.
pharmacology publicity,
You are
the
not
fluff.
into fluff. Absolutely.
And at the
We know that.
moment, apart from walking past a noisy bike, I'm doing construction in Balochistan. I'm the first woman doing commercial construction in Balochistan,
That's
Quetta,
great.
Mashallah.
which is kind of people don't can't process it. But I'm almost done with making a shopping mall. So
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to employ maximum women, and I'm trying to seriously push a boundary there.
Hmm.
That's
So
nice.
you've got to
That's
get up
great.
and do it. It's not easy. Stop
Yeah,
looking for easy shortcuts, and you just have to get up and do it, and see what
yeah,
happens.
definitely. I wish you all the best with your project.
Yeah. Good luck.
Zeba, right
Thank
now
you.
we were talking about the role of media in creating awareness for child protection. And one of the questions that was asked before you joined was should we not expect channels to have more responsibility? So, my answer to that was, and we would love to hear from you too. My answer to that was that the television channels are like a shoe factory, they're doing it for business. And if
Hmm.
economically it's not making sense, they will never do it, no matter what the moral obligation ends up being. Pemred does try. We did have a show called Udari and all that, and it was a huge success. But I think the first step, in my opinion, is that we all need to stop doing drawing room talk and start
Hmm.
doing real things on our own. Once
Yes.
we gather force and there's a big word, everybody would comply, and then television channels would also have no choice but to show us what we are talking about. So creating awareness is what we are talking about.
But you see, that way the message can be built into the story, which is something which should technically be done because there is a psychology of media.
Hmm.
And there are certain tools which are used in media production which influence your audience without them necessarily knowing how you're influencing them. But
Right.
unfortunately, I tried to communicate this to someone in 2000 in a very influential position who, instead of understanding it, I thought I wanted a plot, which I did not. I didn't want my people embarrassed. But then when I went for the fellowship and I looked into it and I tried to go to channels with programs, which was, I mean, definitely entertainment, but which had a strong awareness, socially relevant baseline, they don't care. And to make something of that sort, you have to put in a lot of effort, not
Hmm.
just in developing the script, but also in explaining it, getting it, the message across to the people working with you, so that
Hmm.
it can be communicated.
Hmm.
And after all of that, you're just thrown into the line with all the trash that runs at 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
and you still are given a ridiculously insulting runaround to get your paycheck. So it was just not worth it. So I mean, I've left media totally as far as production is concerned. And but the fact is, it's sad that the tools which are being used around the world, which are taught, which are available education, why our people cannot apply those and put them. It's all layered into the thing.
Correct. Agreed.
It,
Agreed.
so it's not a huge effort. There's a will. The will behind it has to be there. Like Udari happened. Then there was another one called Dar Si Jati Hai Sila.
Yeah. Bilkul.
Hmm.
Sonia Hussain. Bilkul.
So I mean, things have been done, but again, it's not just a one-off serial or film. It's something which has to be understood. Like one thing which
Hmm.
I've been harping on my own in my own little space is that why can't basic self-defense be taught in schools I mean, इतनी चाइना से दोस्ती है, basic self defense martial arts सिखा दे बच्चों को, so that at least if someone 4 times your size comes near you,
Yeah.
you know where to hit them and how to hit them and how to get away.
Yeah.
Correct.
So it's not.
I think that's really important, especially for girls.
Even
No,
for
no,
boys.
no. Beta boys
Boys
and
as well.
girls. Nobody is
Boys
safe.
as well.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
Maulvis tried to abuse me. Alda Mia ne mujhe save kiya. But there were 4 different incidences where the
Oh
Maulvis
my
were trying to
God.
molest me when I was 4 years old, 7 years
Oh
old,
my God.
and 9 years old was the last time. So 4,
नहीं,
7, and
if you
9, and by then I understood I need to tell my parents. उससे पहले मुझे पता भी नहीं होता था.
नहीं, इस schools में होती थी एक जमाने में SEC training.
हाँ.
Now, why can't we do basic self-defense? China से इतनी दोस्ती है, they have the self-defense. Just train our people, make it compulsory in school. उसके 10 marks दे दे, 20 marks दे दे, so that
Correct.
at least even the government schools, even the schools which are free or whatever, the children have to know how to do self-defense. And also, ideally, they should be also put through the life-saving training, so that if someone chokes or something, they should at least know what to do.
Absolutely.
And it's like a 1 day. That's a 1 day course. Self-defense ki chalo theek hai. Make them do 1 class a week, 2 classes a week. It's not a
Yeah.
big deal. It's the will
Bilkul.
and putting things in place.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, Ms. Zeba.
Okay, guys, so you can
So I
ask your
have a
next
question for
question.
you both, and this is just an idea.
Go ahead.
This is just an idea that what if we were to start another program similar to this one with like children from our own school and like you know just spread a similar message of child protection. So would you both be willing to host this show or be a part of it in any way?
On
Sure.
behalf of us, yeah.
Rasikh, what do you say?
If Zeba is there, I'll jump from the ceiling and roof
No,
and
no, please
whatever.
don't jump. Please don't jump. We can help each other.
No,
But,
obviously. यार बच्चों के cause के लिए, as I said,
हाँ,
one
हाँ.
thing that has stayed constant for me has been that we all need to. It's not just
No,
me
no.
and Zeba and Myra Khan. It is about every individual in our society needs to be aware and do their bit in creating that awareness, and we all need to do that.
Done. I'm on.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
All right, that's great. Thank you so much, guys. Anyways, Ms. Zeba, my question to you is, so during your work, you have been exposed to both Eastern as well as Western societies and cultures. Do you think there's a significant difference between Eastern and Western media outlets in the representation of children's rights and other problems pertaining to the youth and society as a whole?
Now that you ask me this, I've not been asked this before, but I don't think so. I think when it comes down to the bottom line, it's pretty much the same. And as far as child abuse is concerned, yes, it is the same everywhere. Whereas, I mean, it's like domestic violence. It's probably more over there than over here, because यहाँ पे फिर भी एक वो चीज है. And I mean, I don't think so. I think only maybe in countries where these things really matter. Maybe there's some countries somewhere where the moral values are so much in place that people actually get up and do this themselves. Otherwise, it's all very commercial. It's all very commercial. It's all very personal interest driven.
Yes.
It's generally short-sighted.
Thank you. So I'm going to move on to my next question. It's that why are we afraid to highlight social and other problems that children can face? And why is prime time on TV not used to highlight these very important issues? And how can the media be influenced to actually pay attention to these?
अगर आप टीवी के ऊपर दिखाएंगे कि बीवी चपेड़ मार के भी घर में ही रुके और सास जो है वो आपको एसिड मुंह पे फेंक रही है और आप उसके बाद भी अगर मियाँ अच्छा है तो आप वहीं पे बैठ के अगली दफा का इंतजार करें, तो ऑब्वियसली वी आर नॉट हेल्पिंग द कॉज. It is all about जो हम लोगों ने perceptions बनाए हुए. I think it all again. I believe in going to the grassroots level of why is this happening. This happens because on our dining table, and this starts from home. We don't open up with our children. we don't talk about real issues with the children. We don't give them the confidence. We don't give them the confidence to come and say uncomfortable things to us. अभी भी मैं आपको बताऊं, मेरी एक बहुत close friend है. She was saying that she was talking about somebody who came out and said that that individual was abused when they were a child by their chacha, and her father, a very literate man, sat there and said, "What kind of conversation is this for dining table?" And she was like, "My God, इससे ज़्यादा important conversation क्या होगी?" My best friend, it just gave me this information. He's been living with this trauma all his life, and we, in my own educated, emancipated family, we turn around and say, "This is not an appropriate topic for dining table." राइट सो हम लोग जब तक उसको नॉर्मलाइज नहीं करेंगे, जब तक हम ओपनिंग अप एंड टॉकिंग को अपने घर के लेवल से नॉर्मलाइज नहीं करेंगे, we will never be able to handle, tackle and address this.
Zeba, would you like to add anything to that?
I think Zeba got disconnected or something.
I don't know, she's on mute.
Oh, okay. So maybe she's just ringing the bell and trying to go in. So meanwhile, you know, I would just say that, अच्छा, now let's go to the media. Now media के अंदर सिर्फ media कोई चीज बोल रही होगी तो क्या होगा? मुझे याद है जब मैं छोटा था और टीवी के ऊपर या हम VCR के अंदर सिलसिला मूवी भी आई थी और कभी कभी मूवी आई थी, मतलब this is like 95 years back. You guys probably don't know, these were really good movies. मुझे कभी कभी नहीं no, but you know, so these kids have probably not seen that. I was not allowed to see that movie because again taboos बनाए थे हम लोगों ने कि people outside marriage, they were not married and all that, and they were falling in love. अब मेरा बहुत पढ़ा लिखा खानदान और घर है, so I'm just saying, till the time we start talking about uncomfortable topics, till the time we make them normal. So now the online thing has become the new normal, right? We are sitting and having a chat. This could have been done in a studio. Why can't we make that a normal? Why are we waiting for किसी और बच्चों पे क़यामत आए and they are not protected, and उसके बाद हम इसकी बात शुरू करें? उससे पहले क्यों ना शुरू करें?
I agree. So my next question is for you, Rasikh. From your years of involvement in the media industry and your work with...
Myra, I think she wants to add something.
Yeah, go ahead.
जी Zeba, you were saying something, Zeba.
नहीं, मैं कह रही थी कि ये टैबू वाला मसला हमेशा से है कि, you know, I mean, there are times when you'll say something which is very, very 200% true, but socially not spoken about.
Yeah.
And you'll say it in what you think is very educated, open-minded company.
Yeah.
And you suddenly get ostracized.
Yeah. Yeah, bilkul. So taboo wala masla, till the time we start talking and being real and start addressing it with our children, with our family, start from our unit. I believe in one rule, which is circle of control, jisko kehte hain, and I repeat it a lot of times. We can influence a lot of things, but control is our control. मेरे control में क्या, मैं अपने 3 बच्चों के साथ, अपने माँ बाप के साथ पंगा भी लेना पड़े तो लूं और बात करूं, मुंह खोलूं और बोलूं कि ये मेरे हिसाब से सही है, ये मेरे हिसाब से गलत है. If we don't do that and we just sit in the comfort zone and we say, यार ये तो एक controversial topic हो जाएगा तो हम बात करना बंद कर दें, that's not going to help. We will not move it forward. We need to be taking it head on and talking about it.
And get over the double standards and hypocrisy. Get over the hypocrisy.
Bilkul.
All right, Myra, you were asking something.
Yeah. My next question is to you, Rasikh, that from your years of involvement in the media industry and your work with avenues such as Cosmopolitan, what are the present challenges as well as opportunities that actors and influencers can build on to address the various issues of child abuse in Pakistan?
Okay, so I will tell you that by virtue of the nature of business of PH Solutions, we deal with a lot of influencers, a lot of celebrities, and most of them have a cause close to their heart. Most of them. So, as an example, Faisal Qureshi. Faisal Qureshi is all about rights of women, and he does a lot of stuff on his own level, which is not just ढोल नहीं बज रहे होते.
Yeah.
Sonia Hussain is about mental wellness. Name anyone, and they have topics that they are close to because unki life ke andar they've experienced things which now in the position of power they take up a topic and then they do things about it. Now, अगर हम चाइल्ड अब्यूज को चादर के नीचे छुपा छुपा के रखेंगे और बोलेंगे ही कुछ नहीं, तो obviously it's not going to be top of mind. The role that they can play is huge. People listen to them. They can help normalize this subject and make it less of a taboo if they start talking about it. जो मैंने आपको शुरू में एग्जांपल दी थी कि पहले लड़कियां अपने पीरियड्स और पैड्स का जिक्र नहीं कर सकती थी. अब हम इश्तहार देख रहे होते हैं टीवी पे एंड वी आर ओके विद इट सिटिंग विद द फैमिली. पहले इस बात को टैबू समझते थे. क्यों समझते थे अल्लाह जानता है, बट समझते थे. बट सो वी टू नॉर्मलाइज इट, यस, a lot of these celebrities, they have millions of followers. They can help us normalize it if we approach them, if we talk to them, we tell them the significance, we give them the facts and figures, and tell them कि एक बच्चा जो बचपन में abuse होता है, वो सारी उम्र उसकी baggage लेके फिरता है, सारी उम्र, all life, physical abuse, mental abuse, sexual abuse, whatever abuse, आपका baggage आपके साथ सारी उम्र रहता है. To help that individual, we all have a responsibility to do our bit and make a change.
Tell me something.
Zeba, please, yeah.
Ji Zeba.
I have a question here. Are there any mental health rules or laws in our country? Is there any, because the kind of traumatic stress, and most people have psychological issues, it's across the board. Everyone has different things they've dealt with, but there is no forum where, say, a person who has an issue, who's sitting at home, a child, a woman, a man, whoever, can anonymously maybe call in, write in, like, you have these support lines abroad. If you're feeling suicidal, you can call someone and talk to them. Is there any such system in our country? And
Zeba, there is. Zeba, there is. But again, we don't know them. There is a suicide line. You can call. आपकी government के भी हैं, government ने भी बनाए हुए हैं. So harassment के ऊपर, mental anguish के ऊपर, there are platforms that have been created. But again, government पैसा जो channels पे खर्च कर रही है इश्तहारों के ऊपर, वो एक अलग है. But चीजें बनाई हुई हैं जो कि effective जब होंगी when they are utilized. So there are platforms.
Are the people running it qualified?
I think they're qualified. They're just underutilized because people don't know to tap onto them, and their job is not to tell people that we are available, but they're available.
Also, as for the laws, like laws exist for everything in this country. It's just that they're not followed or adhered to because there's no one to enforce them, and there's no one to make you like adhere to them. So that's why, even if the laws do exist, they're basically non-existent.
Awareness.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, this was just like a little concern, so we wanted to address this question, guys. So if you see, just like gambling or substance addiction, social media in today's day and age is like a serious addiction. So according to sources, even 5 to 10% of internet users are psychologically addicted and they can't control how much time they spend online. What, in your opinion, is the best way to make sure children are protected from all this?
Should I go first?
You go, Rasikh.
Okay,
Zeba. It's not my subject.
Okay. So I'll tell you. When my generation was growing up and PTV was there, we were still given an hour to see TV if we have done our homework and all that. Again, I will come back to a lot of responsibility comes back to the parents, to the household, to the teachers that the children, the human element that the children are interacting with. Yes, it is available. Yes, they spend a lot of screen time, but I think it is not about the children doing that because it's a button away. It is about parents keeping that control over a child and the quality of time that they spend with it. And nothing's evil. So digital or being on screen is not an evil thing if you're using it for education. Now with the COVID thing going on, everybody went online and this was used for education. Yes, you can type naked, nude, and a 5-year-old child can see pictures that they should never see till the time, they're adult enough to know what they're doing. So, the responsibility, I think बच्चों की बात नहीं है, ये responsibility parents पे और बड़ों पे आ जाती है to make sure that the channels of communication are open, that the children are being watched more than before, and are being told how to deviate and how to navigate themselves in these times. That is the only way. अगर हम ये अगेन वही वाली बात जो मैंने पहले कहा था, अगर हम ये एक्सपेक्ट करेंगे कि प्लेटफॉर्म्स हमारे लिए ये करके दें, भाई बच्चा तो हमारा है, अपने लिए करना शुरू करो, प्लेटफॉर्म कर लेगा बाद में, पेरेंटल कंट्रोल का बटन होगा दबा दो, बट दैट विल नॉट, हर सोसाइटी के स्टैंडर्ड्स अलग है. So parental control in Sweden would be different than in Pakistan. So I would just suggest it is more about talking to children where they're comfortable saying if they do end up seeing something weird to the parent, that we are taken as friends. I have children who are in their late teens, and I still want to be their friend. I want them to talk to me every day about anything that they want to. And that's my aspiration, that I stay as their friend. I know Zeba is Azan's best friend. So Azan can talk to Zeba about anything, and Zeba can talk to him about anything. And I think that element needs to be there between parents and children for us to make any difference. इसको आप टाइम को कंट्रोल जैसे आप टीवी का करते थे, आप उसी तरह इसका भी करने का कोशिश करें.
But the thing is, Rasikh, the dynamic has changed very much because, like, with our parents, we would never dare to even have 2% of the conversations that we have with our children.
Correct.
At the same time, like Azan's children, who are little now, they're 4 and 6, you know them. But if I dare to try and limit their screen time, I'll get blacklisted.
So again, it boils down to the black. Eventually understand जब हमारे पेरेंट्स हमें कहते थे कि आइसक्रीम ना खाएं, so हम उनको उस वक्त 3 मिनट के लिए ब्लैकलिस्ट करते थे, but they were parents and we would come back to them. Same thing, अगर हम उनको रोकेंगे, they might not like it, but they will understand we need to establish who's the boss there. And till a certain time, the parents and the grandparents need to be the bosses of children and friends of children, where they can dictate what's right and wrong. Otherwise, just to be popular, we will end up creating a mess in their little minds.
But I think it also has to be dealt with sensibly, because I mean, I'm not just social media, but when you tell a child you are not allowed to do this, that thing becomes exciting and attractive.
No, so we will not tell that. मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि हम बच्चों को बोलेंगे, once you have done the other responsibilities, then for 1 hour you can watch A, B, C, D, E, F, and then they will. And that will be a treat for them. मेरे ख्याल से इन लोगों ने जो question पूछा था वो ये था कि sometimes children are like for 9 hours, 12 hours on some screen, and that's an addiction. How do we stop that addiction? By not saying no to it, because you say no to it, they'll still do it, by giving them little doses of it.
But a lot of parents are also addicted.
आसान हो गया ना ज़ेबा, बच्चे को बीच में ना बात करे, उसको एक iPad पकड़ा दो, वो साइड में बैठ के अपने कार्टून देखता रहेगा. Everybody is doing that, and that's wrong, because they are growing up getting addicted. Instead of human interaction, they are getting addicted to these virtual things on screens. They don't know how to be with people anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just need to promote healthy human interaction as well at the same time.
Correct. That's very
It's
important.
reducing. I mean, you come across people who find it hard to talk to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like, abhi last week, I was at work in Quetta, so this guy called me. Some new actor who I met, he said, कि देखिए काम है, and there's a friend of mine, she's lost her father in the US, and it's her birthday. Please, can you wish her? I said, look, I can't send her a video. Give me her number. When I'm done from work, I'll call her.
Hmm.
She did not want to talk to me. She wanted a video to post. So, I mean, I was willing to spend 15-20 minutes talking to her. So she was feeling
Yeah.
bad. And she was apparently a fan, but she was not interested.
Wow.
So technically, I found that with close friends of mine who I would call every year on their birthday to wish them. Now it's their friend will, the child or someone will call me up. Video bhej de aap. Where I have a certain relationship with the person, I want to talk to the person. I want to hear the person. Nee,
Zeba, now it's about showing off the relationship more than the relationship. So they want the rest of the world to see Zeba Bakhtiar sent me a video. It's not about you calling and them feeling good. They'll feel good when 97,000 views will take place.
But you see,
it's really weird. It's really a different dynamic.
I know, but I mean, I'm not prepared to subscribe to that. And I can't put relationships online.
I can't find any online. People do find people online. So if this new generation can teach us, Zeba.
नहीं सीखना भाई नहीं चाहिए.
Yeah, you want to learn that.
Yeah. So do we have any questions from our audience?
I don't think so. Let me just check 1 second.
I have a question for your audience. What do they think they can do to protect a child in the next 10 days? What can they do? They need to think about it. What is that one little action that they can do? I'm not talking about spending money. I'm saying think inwards. How do we protect a child? Will it be talking to a child and their parents? Will it be making sure street के ऊपर कल मेरे साथ ये हुआ है मैं मुझे कोन खाने की craving हो रही थी यहाँ बदर commercial के ऊपर there's a KB's or Spinzer or something and I wanted that kind of old-fashioned cone. So I went over there. There were these beautiful, pretty, innocent-looking 8-9-year-old Afghani बेटियां कह रहा हूं बेटियां बच्चियां छोटी बच्चियां they were just walking around. So my heart sank. This is Badr commercial. Pretty little girls walking asking for money or food or whatever they were asking for and I was like, where are your parents? Who just left you here? मुझे अगर वो ये भी दिखा देते ना सड़क के across कोई औरत बैठ के उन पे नजर रखे हुए है तो I would have been fine. But your heart sinks when you वो शाम को आके वो नहीं उन्होंने क्या बोला था वो रात को आके ले जाएगा यानी क्या वो
that means they're probably just part of some like mafia and they're just being placed there.
But they're little babies. They're little babies on the street. I could have pulled them into my car. I could have pulled them into my car. I could have abused them. Anybody could be an evil person.
No, listen. These kids are also sent and they're picked up by cars for money.
Yeah.
And once someone I know came very close to them and saw this car और उसने गाड़ी वहीं पे रोकी ताकि वो दूसरी गाड़ी रुक जाए और फिर वो बच्ची भाग गई. So it's, I mean, this was at night and these things do happen. But I tried to at one point adopt one of these kids and the parents came on to me with such heavy demands. कि भी इतने पैसे देंगे ये होगा वो होगा.
But they were ready to sell their daughter.
हाँ. Because you see, इनकी 10-10, 15-15 बच्चे होते एक आध जाए तो उनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
सही कह रहे. मैंने एक बच्चे को नौकरी दी ज़ेबा अपने घर पे में it was an empty house just as a बहाना कि आपकी self respect रहे. That was in front of that cafe on Shahbaz. So वहां से मैंने वो बच्चा आके गाड़ी साफ करता. So मैंने कहा तुम कितने पैसे कमा लेते हो? He said X amount, 20,000, 15,000 something. I added 10K to it. I said come and work over there. You have to clean one window every day. I will send you to school. I gave him my son because he looked like my son. He did. I have a son and I saw him and I saw Nile in him. And I said, I gave him clothes. third day, he ran away. He was back on the same spot. He said, "मैं bore हो रहा था."
Huh? This is what
That's
happens.
not it. They're just, yeah. They're being
I've tried
told by these like people who are controlling them and brainwashing them that you're not allowed to be any
Yeah,
better than this.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And this is your circumstance and this is how you have to live. So
Yeah.
it's inescapable for them.
We just need to
so
keep
sad.
on trying.
नहीं, I've offered them jobs, I've offered them school. वो कहते नहीं हम इधर ज्यादा कमाते हैं.
Yeah.
They're scared of the people that are controlling them also.
I'm
It's
sure
like
when they
they're-
get back, पता नहीं क्या उनके साथ होता है घरों में.
नहीं भाई, उनके माँ बाप ही बैठे हुए हैं घरों में. You see, it's
वो माँ बाप are using them as tools. That वही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ, वो abuse का वो जो cycle है वो चल रहा है, because they know कि at the end of the day उनके बहन भाई भी यही कर रहे हैं, उनको वही करना है. And we need to break that cycle.
You can break that cycle and fight against this if it is done by a third party. But when parents are doing this with their children, you cannot fight. I mean, legally, you can't fight parents. I looked into this about 20 years ago because the children who were sent for the camel races, वो भी उनके माँ बाप भेजते हैं. माँ बाप भेजते हैं.
बिल्कुल.
And then you can't think कि माँ बाप ने 10 बच्चे पैदा किए, वहाँ पे 2 कर लिए तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. उससे सारी घर की कमाई चलती है.
Oof, yeah.
And that's why they have so many children, because that's what they earn off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like more of the easy way out.
Yeah.
Come on. It's so sad.
I think that's it for today. Thank you both so much for being here with us. It was great having you. And we hope to collaborate with you more in the future as well.
Just one
Do we have any?
There's someone who said, so is the situation hopeless?
No, it's not. No situation is hopeless. We are talking about that where we are at right now. If it was hopeless, Zeba and I and you two will not be sitting there spending our time. There is no such thing as hopeless. We can make a difference, but we need to take practical steps and start with your home. Start with yourself, and then start putting the pressure on other organizations. One by one, when we become a big group, obviously everybody else will start complying. And the last thing I want to hear from anyone is hopeless. There's no situation which is hopeless.
See,
we can all make a difference.
One thing I think we need to do is formulate certain projects in which we can involve and protect these children, which are sustainable and which can earn. And I mean, I know of such projects that have been designed and devised, but they'd asked the government for space and the government had not complied. So if we can get such projects, such game plans, and then put enough pressure to get them at least facilitated so that those projects can start happening. मतलब वही बात है ना कि अपने हिस्से का चिराग तो जला ले.
अपने हिस्से का चिराग तो जलाएं. बिल्कुल. Absolutely.
Nothing is hopeless.
It's also important to be fearless. So you can't fear the complications that are going to come from you standing up or you speaking up. So you need to be confident enough to not fear the consequences or the complications of your speaking up.
Have to do whatever you can from where you are right now. Not wait for tomorrow or day after or कि ये होगा वो होगा चांद चढ़ेगा. Forget it. Do what you can right now within this moment, exactly where you are. That's the only way change will happen.
Absolutely.
And we have to make the change. We can't wait कि XYZ is going to come and do it for us. No one's going to do it. We've got to do it.
Absolutely. 100%. That's my message.
Thank you.
I think it's
basically we all need to get our acts together.
Yep.
Yeah.
And remember, there's nothing such as hopelessness.
Absolutely.
No.
Thank you guys for joining us today.
Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
A pleasure.
Thank you.
Our next session is on, I think, the 12th of September. Yeah, the 12th of September at 8 p.m. right here. So don't forget to tune in. Thank you. Hafiz.
See you. Khuda Hafiz, everyone.
Hafiz, take care.